Hello dear friends, welcome to our channel where we bring you the most amazing stories. Subscribe to the channel so that you won't miss any of our new stories. Let's begin. Have you ever dreamed of getting into a video game? Imagine pressing the play button and immediately finding yourself in the pixelated world of ones and zeros. How would you feel? Scared or excited? Well, today's story is about a kid who got such a chance and had to pass 3 levels to return home. 9-year-old Jake was an ordinary kid who lived in an ordinary town with his parents. He had a bike, a dog, and a bunch of video games. All the free time he had, he spent playing his favorite game called Galaxy Quest. It was an action-packed adventure game where you had to go through different levels and defeat different enemies. And although Jake was a really good player, he always dreamed of being in that game himself instead of just playing it. One afternoon when Jake came back from school, he decided to play Galaxy Quest. He turned on the console, inserted the disc, and started playing. As soon as the image of the game filled the TV screen, it suddenly went completely dark. Jake thought that the power went out, but then he heard a weird sound. It was a low hum like you could hear from an airplane. At first, it seemed to come from the TV, but then Jake realized it was coming from underneath the carpet. He pulled at the corner of the carpet and found a small hole. Curiosity overcame his fear, and he crawled through the hole. On the other side of the hole, Jake found himself in a place that looked exactly like the game. He was no longer in his room. Instead, he was in a huge cave filled with stalactites and stalagmites. In the distance, he could see a path that led to the exit. Cautiously, Jake made his way through the cave. As he walked, he noticed that the walls of the cave were adorned with pictures of fantastic creatures, some similar to those in the game, others not so much. They seemed to be watching him. Jake felt a bit uneasy, but he knew he had to keep going. He continued his journey through the maze-like cave system until he finally found the exit. Stepping outside, Jake was met with a breathtaking sight. He emerged into a vast, colorful plain dotted with strange plants and trees that seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. Above him, 2 suns shone brightly in the azure sky. It was beautiful, but also a little scary. Taking a deep breath, Jake began to explore this magical world. After walking for a while, Jake came across a peculiar wooden house. Smoke was curling from its chimney, hinting at warmth and perhaps someone who could help him. As he approached the house, the door creaked open and an old woman with twinkling eyes and a kind smile invited him in. She offered him warm milk and honey-sweetened bread. Sipping the warm milk, Jake gathered his courage and asked the woman if she could help him get home. The old woman listened patiently, her smile never fading. When Jake finished his story, she nodded understandingly. "I believe you, child. You are inside the game Galaxy Quest, aren't you?" she said. Jake nodded, his eyes wide with wonder. "Well, you're lucky to have found me," the woman said. "I'm the guardian of this world. I can help you return home, but you must first complete 3 tasks. 3 tasks, Jake repeated, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. The woman handed him a staff that seemed to glow with the same light as the trees. "This will help you on your journey. Now choose your first task," she said. The old woman waved her magic wand, and 3 portals shimmered into existence. Each portal was adorned with symbols, each representing a different challenge. A roaring wave crashed against the rocks near the blue portal. A bubbling cauldron bubbled ominously next to the green one, and a snarling wolf peeked through the red portal's fiery glow. "These are the trials you must face," the old woman said. "The blue trial tests your strength, the green one, your wisdom, and the red, your bravery. Choose wisely, young adventurer, for the order in which you face them matters." Jake pondered for a moment, looking at the 3 portals, each offering a unique challenge. He took a deep breath, trying to weigh the difficulty of each task. In the end, it was the green portal that caught his attention. Perhaps it was the bubbling cauldron that sparked his curiosity or the promise of wisdom that intrigued him. Whatever the reason, Jake stepped forward and put his hand on the green portal, bracing himself for whatever challenge awaited him. As the green portal shimmered, Jake found himself transported into a dense, primeval forest. Tall, gnarled trees stood like silent sentinels, their branches intertwined to form a thick canopy overhead. The air was still and heavy, broken only by the rustling of unseen creatures in the undergrowth. Jake knew that the green trial, the test of wisdom, was probably somewhere in this forest. As he ventured deeper into the woods, the trees seemed to close in around him, whispering secrets in a language he couldn't understand. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick foliage, casting long, eerie shadows that danced at his feet. Just when Jake's spirit started to flag and despair threatened to overwhelm him, he heard a familiar sound. It was the gentle gurgling of a stream, a welcome sound in the oppressive quiet of the forest. Following the sound, Jake emerged into a small clearing. In the center stood a magnificent oak tree, its branches sprawling outwards like welcoming arms. Beneath the tree flowed a crystal-clear stream. Something about the oak tree seemed familiar, as if it held a special significance. As Jake approached the tree, he noticed a small, intricately carved door hidden amidst its roots. With a gentle creak, the door swung open, revealing a staircase that spiraled downwards into darkness. Jake hesitated for a moment, the weight of the unknown settling upon him. He knew that this was probably the heart of the green trial, but what awaited him in the darkness below the tree? Taking a deep breath, Jake stepped into the opening and began to descend. After what seemed like hours, the stairs ended at the bottom of a deep pit. Before Jake stood a magnificent crystal sphere, pulsing with a soft green light. It was clear that this was the source of the green trial. But how could he pass this test of wisdom? As Jake pondered, a voice echoed in his mind. To pass my trial, you must face your fears and embrace the unknown. Jake's heart pounded in his chest. What did this cryptic message mean? Suddenly, he remembered the old woman's words. The green trial tests your wisdom. Wisdom meant knowledge, understanding, and insight. Could the answer to the riddle lie in expanding his understanding of the world around him? Realizing this, Jake approached the crystal sphere cautiously. As he touched it, images flashed through his mind. He saw the forest from above, the tangled roots of the great oak, and the secret door. Then he saw himself, scared and alone in the depths of the forest. Slowly, Jake understood. The trial wasn't about solving a riddle or defeating an enemy. It was about facing his fears and finding his way out of the forest. With newfound determination, he backed away from the sphere, retracing his steps. Finally, he found the entrance to the oak tree, remembering the old woman's words. To pass my trial, you must face your fears and embrace the unknown. Jake took a deep breath, ready to face whatever awaited him next. If you like this part of the story, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our new stories. See you soon!